How's it going, guys? Jay here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory on Frag. This is episode 2, and we finished off the last episode by unlocking a load of chests. So in the background, you'll just see me opening them up, seeing what we get. Obviously not expecting anything too special from these first few. Okay, we've got the mission chest, we've got a couple of gold chests. We're going to open them up. I'm then going to go straight into a couple of games. I only noticed while editing the last video just how many trophies we got, and we're actually really close to Arena 2. Okay, so after I open these gold chests, we're going to go in, we're going to play 1, maybe 2 games, get the wins to get us up to Arena 2 before we open our daily login chest. Okay, our daily login chest list, well, today is a rare cards chest. Okay, I think it would get something like between 80 and 200 rare cards. So if we could get maybe one of the Arena 2 cards, if we could get Vlad or Cybergirl, that would be really nice. So I'm going into the games here. Not too much happened in these 2 games, if I'm honest. Okay, the opponents weren't too great. We got a couple of nice frags in there, but yeah, weren't too tested really. And while this is running in the background, I thought I'd talk to you guys about something I didn't get too much of a chance to do in episode 1, and that's a couple of my goals for the series. Okay, because I thought I've got 3 things in mind right at the start that I want to try and get straight, like as soon as possible. The first one is the season pass. Okay, the season pass, it costs 599 diamonds, and you level it up just through playing, and you can get, I think it's about 2,000 diamonds back off of it. Okay, so if we can buy that straight away, that would be really good. Also a really nice source of legendary cards for us. It's basically the only way, other than 1 in every 200 win chests, okay, it's the only way that we can get legendary cards. So looking forward to getting that. The second thing that we're going to aim for is we're going to try and get to level 3, okay? Getting to level 3 through upgrading cards, getting XP from it. That will unlock the Frag Tower. That's a really good event. It's going to be our probably best way to get epic cards, at least in sort of the mid game. And so we want to unlock that as soon as possible. And then the third thing is I want to try and get that 1,000 gold, and I want to try and start a club. The event that's going on while I was playing these games was Club Wars, but you'll see I couldn't actually claim any of the rewards because I'm not in a club. So the sooner I can get a club, the better, as we just finish off the games here. The second game was quite nice. Didn't die once with Amelie. Just sort of ran through the whole game. Fragging targets, killing people. Really good. And that should be, yeah, that's Arena 2. So here, I'm going to slow this down because this is the one that's a pretty good thing. I'm going to go on to the event, and we're going to see, I'll just show you guys the event, and we can get rare cards, and you'll see it says Arena 2, okay, because we just leveled up. That's real nice, so we can collect it. We're going to see what we get. Hoping for someone pretty good, someone usable. And we get Jack El Padre. Now Jack, he used to be really good. Now I'd say he's okay. He had a pretty big nerf a while back. He's still a really high DPS card, just not quite as high as he used to be. So we are going to put him in the team. I'm just going to make a couple of upgrades here. I'll keep JB in for now. I think he's the only one who can kind of run a one-man defense. So I'm going to keep him in, and we're going to get Jack in as well. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to run it with this team. It is a little bit different. Even though I'm only going to make one change, I'm just going to put Jack in for Mecha Knight. It is going to change the way we try and play with the team. Let's upgrade him a couple of times here. We're going to get level 2 here as well, which is quite nice. Already only 1 level away from getting to the Frag Tower, and straight away getting a load of epic cards. That would be really nice. That's one thing. Jack is definitely really useful for playing against the Frag Tower because of his insane DPS. We'll get him in, and we're going to go into the first game with him. Now what I'll do, like yesterday, I'm going to show you this game not sped up, at least for the start bit, because that's where this strat is a little bit different to the other. So I'll unlock this chest, and we'll go into it. Find an opponent here. So if you remember back in episode 1, the first thing I did was I'd order my targets to go forwards, or order my forwards to go forward and hit the target. I'm going to do that again for the same target. However, this time, rather than jumping in and trying to protect the forwards that are going there, I'm kind of using my forwards as a little bit of a decoy. Okay, I don't mind how much damage they do to the target, because the idea is if I can distract the defenders with those guys, I can run down here with Jack and hopefully put some big damage down on the targets. get Slimer coming at us there. We'll run in. We'll hit this target a little bit. So here, we managed to get 6 shots off before we died. And you can see 6 shots took the target down to 34 health, which is pretty good. And here I'm going to speed up the rest of the game, as actually after the first initial bit of the game, the strat doesn't really change much from what we were playing the other day, okay? I'm still going to swap to Amelie. I'm still going to look to try and get my attackers forwards whenever possible. I'm going to try and do some damage to targets. So I'll sort of let this run in the background. My thoughts on the 2 teams I played so far. I thought the one I played in episode 1 had a really nice balance to it. I could do anything, I could frag people, I could go and hit targets. This one strangely felt a little bit more restricted in what I could do. I think losing Mechanite meant if Amelie died, I didn't really have a card that could reliably frag opponents. And you'll see a little bit more of that when I let the highlights run from this team. You'll see if I didn't get the damage down with Padre really heavy early on, I tended to struggle a little bit in those games. We get the win in this game here. And we're going to run the highlights. Another thing you'll probably notice, which was a little bit disappointing, is when you see me doing damage to targets or maybe finishing off the team, it's very rarely Jackal Padre, the man I brought in almost solely to hit targets. It's very rarely him actually doing the damage. You're going to see a lot of clips here of Jet getting in and doing damage to the final base, which is something I could have done in the old team anyway. And you'll see a little bit of Big Packer as well hitting the targets. Padre was alright at the start of games, but maybe not as good as he used to be. I probably put that down to the way most people tend to play in the game early on. Right? When I used to run Jack in my main team, it was when there was a real rush meta going on. Everyone was just going to play really attacking cards. And it was basically just a battle of who could get the most DPS down on their opponent's cards, on their opponent's targets. And Jack would almost always win that. Now teams are starting to play a little bit more defensive. You'll see in this one I came up against Poker Hunter and I ended up getting a little bit close actually. So it got down to 400 health. But yeah, with teams setting up quite so defensive, the rush isn't nearly as effective. Okay, you kind of need to be up in the middle with an Amelie or a Virus just fragging opponents. As you'll see from the clips, we started playing against quite a few players who had a lot more trophies than us and slightly better teams than us. I don't know if this is because we were on a pretty high win streak and it was trying to sort us out, see where we actually rank amongst these guys. But it meant we were ending up getting loads of trophies for that. I mean, we got 69 trophies there. There was another game, I think we got 80 trophies through winning it, which was really nice. Yeah, this guy, 1,400 trophies. This game was a little bit different because I saw that he had quite a good team and he had some big health cards. So you'll see me waiting with Jack here. I take out Lucho, I take out Dan, and then I take out Mechanite. And then that's something Jack is really good at. Fragging the people, if they go for that initial rush, you can almost take out their whole rush, take out a target. Unfortunately, I did die there, but we ended up getting the win. I think this is the one where I got 80 trophies for it, is it? Yeah, 80 trophies. Just insane. You don't see that for too often. Now, this game I'm about to show you guys was probably Padre's best one for my team. Okay, the guy that we played against had less trophies than us, but this is kind of the only time I was really able to show off his crazy DPS. You see, I start off the game, I rush down with Padre, take out one target, run over. There's 130 health left on this one, take out the other one. And then we did die. Not too much happened for the rest of the game until I got Padre right up at the end. And look at that. 2 shots in double points takes out over 130 damage. And that's why he was in the team. Unfortunately, didn't get too many chances to play games like that. But that's why we brought him in. And it is if people don't defend it, it's a really easy win. We go into another game against a guy who had quite a lot of trophies and not too much happened in this game. So I'll skip to the end. But I got a few hits, a couple of kills and a few hits on the target and double points. I think that was the first game that we played where we didn't take somebody's entire health bar down and it just ended because we ran out of time. I'm fairly sure that's the case. And we got us to Arena 3 as well. And then we're going to go into the last game that we played for this episode. Is here on a 19 battle win streak, and I'm going to show you guys this whole game start to finish because this is the first really close game that we played on the series. So So it's against a guy you can see, No Name Boys, with loads of trophies. And we start off, I tried to get up with Padre. It's the strat we were using this episode. He gets a snipe off with Vlad, but I kept moving forwards. It didn't affect me too much. I tried to get some damage down on the target. I saw bot mama coming in, so I fragged her. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the target down before Cleansing caught me. So we started okay. And then there was a kind of theme in this game that I kept getting this guy's Vlad onto low health and not quite killing him. And it was really frustrating. I think it happened 2 or 3 times at pretty big moments in the game. I just couldn't quite get that last hit off on Vlad. And it really does make a difference. I was surprised he ran Vlad quite high up the pitch, okay, or quite high up the map. But there wasn't too much that I could do. Okay, because like I mentioned earlier, once Amelie goes in this team, once she's not there, you're not really left with anyone who can really frag opponents. I think if I were to change this team up a little bit, I'd have brought somebody else in, maybe instead of Paku, who could have fragged people a little bit better. Okay, but we so end up here, we kill this team. We decide to go on a little bit of a rush again with Padre, as we'd taken out most of their team. This is something you can do. It's always a little bit of a gamble, rushing in the middle of the game. But if it works, it works. I thought because we were a couple of 100 points down, we might as well go for it. We rush up here. I thought about going to one target bunker, the other bunker, as it was a little bit less crowded, but I go for this one in the end. We take it out, and yeah, we get the whole target down. Now this is something I was a little bit annoyed at myself for. You see his bot comes up. It's a level 1 bot. I needed to just run it in there, because if I had, probably wouldn't have died, and his 8-2 wouldn't have been able to hit me if I ran at the bot and came off the other side. I probably would have got the target down. But as it stands, it left us about 100 points down. We get a frag here with Amelie. There's about 90 points in it. Get another frag there, and here I should have gone for the health pack, but I decided I'll try and bail out Jet. Didn't quite do it, and there you go. Vlad once again. Really low health. That was the 3rd time in the game. And it meant that we ended up quite far down. If I'd taken Vlad out there, could have got forwards to the target. It didn't happen. I thought about rushing up with JB, trying to take out Vlad because I knew he was low health. In the end, I realised Jet was quite close to respawning, so I tried to go for her. I thought about Padre, decided I'd go for Jet. I only saw on the watching it back that Paku died there, and so that's how I ended up about 200 points down. And I get up with Jet here. I'm going into the base. All I'm thinking about is hitting targets here. We got 20 seconds left. I'm not going to be able to frag all of their opponents, all of this team with Jet. I get that, and it was a clutch shot from Vlad. If he'd missed that, maybe I could have jetpacked up, but we take our first loss of the series, guys. Annoying, because I felt I could have played a bit better. But on the whole, the other guy probably did deserve to win. But that's the end of our win streak. 19 games. You'll see we did get enough wins to get the epic chest. But that's going to be where we're going to leave it for this episode, guys. Okay. Unfortunately, taking our first loss. But next episode, we're going to change the team up a little bit. We'll open that epic chest. We'll see what we can get. And so, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. See ya.